Sacharacharam Mam Dehe Gudakesha Yachanya Drishtum Ichhasi. What words synonym? Translation and purport by Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada. Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Iha, in this, ikastam, in one, Jagat, the universe, Vritsnam, completely, Pashya, see, Adya, immediately, Sa, with, Chara, moving, Acharam, not moving, Mama, my, Dehe, in this body, Gudakesha, O Arjun, Yat, that, Cha, also, Anyat, other, Drishtum, to see, Ichhasi, you like. In this, in one, the universe, completely, see immediately, with moving, not moving, my, in this body, O Arjun, that also, other, to see, you like. Translation. Whatever you wish to see can be seen all at once in this body. This universal form can show you all that you now desire, as well as whatever you may desire in the future. Everything is here completely. Purport. No one can see the entire universe sitting in one place. Even the most advanced scientist cannot see what is going on in other parts of the universe. Krishna gives him the power to see anything he wants to see, past, present, and future. Thus, by the mercy of Krishna, Arjun is able to see everything. Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, here in this verse, Lord is saying that past, present, and future is in his universal form. So, this is beyond human capacity to see. As Srila Prabhupada said that even the most advanced scientist cannot see after certain point. So this universe is expanding and material equipment cannot catch this universe. Although Krishna's this universal form is also material, but still no one can see this without the mercy of Krishna. So the main point I have realized that without power and strength of Krishna, we cannot we cannot move or see anything. This is only Paramatma in our heart from which we get the power to move. We even cannot know what's going on in our own body. What to speak of this material universe? So Krishna fulfill all our wishes also. As Guru Maharaj said, that every material desire we have, the body is already ready for it. So we need to be very careful what we wish for. And Arjun wished to see this universal form. So Krishna is showing him now. So this universal form is, as we discussed before, is very ghastly and at one place, Srila Prabhupada said that Arjun can see past, present, and future, and whatever he wants to see. So, so without the mercy of Krishna, this can't be happening. So nobody can see that. So this is what I realized from this verse. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees.
Sorry.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you, Sanjay Prabhu, for your very nice realizations on this verse. And thank you, His Grace Ambrish Prabhu, His Grace Punpega Mataji, and His Grace Krishna Samarpan Krishna Prabhu for organizing this program and giving us opportunity to share our realizations. So this verse, Bhagavad Gita chapter 11, verse 7. Ihai jagat krishnam Pashasha characharam mam dehe gudakesha yachanad drishtam ichhasi. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, whatever you wish to see can be seen all at once in this body. This universal form can show you all that you now desire, as well as whatever you may desire in the future. Everything is here completely. So, yeah, this is actually continuation, from the previous verses, the discussion between Lord Krishna and Arjun, that Arjuna wanted to see the universal form, and now actually Krishna has actually given him opportunity to see, and he's actually telling Arjuna that he can able to see everything, in this actually body that is actually material form, the past, present, and future as well. So, as Srila Prabhupada says that no one can see, the entire universe, what is happening in each and every part, but Arjuna can see, just sitting at one place. So this is not ordinary, as Sanjay Prabhu also mentioned. And no one can actually see this universal form, as in previous verses, Krishna mentioned that no one has ever seen this form before Arjun. So I was thinking, Arjun, he's not ordinary devotee. He's very special, devotee is a friend of Krishna, very close friend, and he's also now he surrendered. He's a devotee of Krishna. And in this verse, he's again referred as Gudakesh. So I think this one actually also came up in chapter 1, verse 24, where Srila Prabhupada explained how actually Arjuna was actually referred as a Gudakesh. So Srila Prabhupada says that Gudak means sleep, and one who conquers the sleep is called Gudakesh. Sleep also means ignorance. So Arjun conquered both sleep and ignorance because of his friendship with Krishna. As a great devotee of Krishna, he could not forget Krishna even for a moment. And because that is the nature of a devotee. Either in waking or in sleep, devotee of the Lord can never be free from thinking of Krishna's name, form, qualities, pastimes. Thus, devotee of Krishna can conquer both sleep and ignorance simply by thinking of Krishna constantly. This is called Krishna consciousness or samadhi. So, in this verse, actually, I was thinking on this, contemplating on this point, on actually Arjuna's position, actually, that how even actually Krishna chose Arjuna, to actually again start that actually broken, parampara. So Arjun is not ordinary devotee, actually he has qualified himself, and Srila Prabhupada discussed that he never actually forget Krishna. He's always thinking of Krishna because he's a great devotee of Krishna. Not even for a moment, actually great devotees forget Krishna. So this is actually qualification, one has to acquire if you want to actually receive the mercy of a Krishna. Because here Arjuna desired to see the universal form, and actually Krishna is fulfilling his form. So there is actually very close and loving relationship, and there is actually reciprocation between two of them as well. Second point I was thinking is actually even in the Krishna's material form, his universal form, everything can be seen, past, present, future. Krishna is saying that you can see everything, everything is there in this body. So I was thinking even in our actually uh, in this material world, actually we want to be actually devotee and we are actually making some efforts, but still we actually try to actually, we are very much involved with the materialistic activities, and we try to pursue our materialistic goal. But actually, in just actually looking into this, actually the purport, everything is there in Krishna. So as Srila Prabhupada says that if you make Krishna as our life's aim, as in Bhagavad Gita, actually Srila Prabhupada also he always referred to this verse. Vyavsayatmika buddhir ekeha kurunandana bahu shaka hi anantasya buddhayo vyavasayana. So those who are resolute on this path, their aim is one, and that is actually Krishna. But for actually me actually thinking that still the aim is not that much very firm aim, that actually our only focus is a Krishna. Actually we do devotional service, but we are very much, I am very much actually attracted to this materialistic activities as well, and we think that by doing that we will achieve the different goals. But actually, if you actually, as I was meditating on this verse, that everything is in Krishna. Everything is actually Krishna has created everything. He is the uh, proprietor of everything, and everything is there. As Krishna says in this verse. So, if you focus on Krishna, then everything else will fall in place. There, means actually we can actually pursue our other objectives, but our main focus should be on Krishna. So that is actually what I understood. That actually first is the actually the qualification of Arjuna, and second is that actually having that one pointed attention on Krishna can also help us actually progress on this path, as well as we can achieve our other goals as well at the same time. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you very much for your nice realization. Ihaikastam jagat krishtam Tasyadye characharam Mama dehe gudakesham Yachanya drashtumechasi. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Whatever you wish to see can be seen all at once in this body. This universal form can show you all that you now desire, as well as whatever you may desire in the future. Everything is here completely. I'm just going to read the purport because there is a small purport as well. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. No one can see the entire universe sitting in one place. Even the most advanced scientists cannot see what is going on in other parts of the universe. Krishna gives him the power to see anything he wants to see, past, present, and future. Thus, by the mercy of Krishna, Arjuna is able to see everything. So, there is a very nice reference here of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 1, verse 24. in which also there is a mention of the gigantic manifestation of Krishna's form. And I'm just going to read actually the verse and the translation and some parts of the purport there, because it explains the purpose of Krishna revealing this universal form. First, when I remember as a very neophyte, not even a devotee, like just when I heard about this, that Krishna revealed the Virat form to Arjuna, at that time, I thought, when I was very small, like I thought, oh, that's great, Krishna is revealing his form to Arjuna because Arjuna is his dear friend. But when you come into contact with Srila Prabhupada, it completely takes a U-turn in your thinking, and it revolutionizes everything that you've thought before. And it makes you think. And this is the beauty of Srila Prabhupada, and this is the beauty of Srila Prabhupada's books. Because when I read what I'm going to sort of read going forward, when Srila Prabhupada explains the purpose of Krishna revealing this form to Arjuna, and that this form is actually not the spiritual form, because Arjuna was a pure devotee of Krishna. So he was seeing Lord Krishna in his spiritual form. But this form that Arjuna is wanting to see is actually a material kind manifestation of Krishna's form. And so for seeing that form, Krishna had to be given the vision. And when I heard this for the first time, this I felt this is that the key that Srila Prabhupada holds, where he opens those beautiful treasure and secrets and nectars which exist in Srimad Bhagavatam. And this is one of the verses which completely revolutionizes your thinking and makes you understand the position of a pure devotee of the Lord. So Srila Prabhupada has explained, before I actually give my realization, I should probably read the verse and the translation. So this is Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 1, verse 24. Visheshastasya deho yam savistascha saviyasham yatredyam vyayate vishvam bhutam bhavyam bhavachasat. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. This gigantic manifestation of the phenomenal material world as a whole is the personal body of the absolute truth, wherein the universal resultant past, present, and future of material time is experienced. And in this purport, Srila Prabhupada mentions, purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada mentions that the aborigines or the general class of people or the asuras, they or the atheists who do not have faith in Lord Krishna, this manifestation is for them. And I'm just going to read from the purport because it's just very brilliantly realized and written by Srila Prabhupada. The phenomenal manifestation of the gigantic universe is only a part of his Virat body. Less intelligent men cannot conceive of the transcendental, all-spiritual form of the Lord. But they are astounded by his different energies, just as the aborigines are struck with wonder by the manifestation of lightning, a gigantic mountain, or a hugely expanded banyan tree. The aborigines praise the strength of the tiger and the elephant because of their superior energy and strength. The asuras cannot recognize the existence of the Lord, although there are vivid descriptions of the Lord in the revealed scriptures. Although the Lord incarnates and exhibits his uncommon strength and energy, and although he is accepted as the Supreme Personality of Godhead by learned scholars and saints like Vyasadeva, Narad, Ashita, and Devala in the past, and by Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita, as also by the acharyas like Shankara, Ramanuja, Madhava, and Lord Sri Chaitanya in the modern age. The Asuras do not accept any evidential proof from the revealed scriptures, nor do they recognize the authority of the great acharyas. They want to see with their own eyes at once. Therefore, they can see the gigantic body of the Lord as Virat, which will answer their challenge. And since they are accustomed to paying homage or superior material strength, like that of the tiger, elephant, and lightning, they can offer respect to the Virat roop. Lord Krishna, by the request of Arjuna, exhibited his Virat roop for the Asuras. A pure devotee of the Lord, being unaccustomed to looking into such a mundane, gigantic form of the Lord, requires special vision for the purpose. The Lord therefore favored Arjuna with special vision for looking into his Virat roop, which is described in the 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. This Virat roop of the Lord was especially manifested not for the benefit of Arjuna, but for that unintelligent class of men who accept anyone and everyone as an incarnation of the Lord, and so mislead the general mass of people. For them, the indication is that one should ask the chief incarnation to exhibit his Virat roop, and thus be established as an incarnation. The Virat roop manifestation of the Lord is simultaneously a challenge to the atheist and a favor for the Asuras, who can think of the Lord as Virat and thus gradually cleanse the dirty things from their hearts in order to become qualified to actually see the transcendental form of the Lord in the near future. This is a favor of the all merciful Lord to the atheists and the gross materialists. And when I read this puppet, I thought that actually, this is a favor personally to me because I'm reading this puppet of Srila Prabhupada, I can little bit understand what Srila Prabhupada is trying to say here. And this increases my conviction and firm faith that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. And I have no doubts about it. Where I have come to this stage after reading and having the association of devotees and just being in Srila Prabhupada's Krishna consciousness atmosphere. So I feel that on a personal level, I feel very fortunate to be in that position where I'm completely convinced about Krishna's superiority, that he is the supreme personality of Godhead. And also on another note, because we are into, Hare Krishna WECAN is into preaching. This is a very, very wonderful tool that Srila Prabhupada has actually given us. How we can present. So if we come across someone who is claiming as an incarnation of Lord Krishna, then what is the challenge that you can pose to that person? That, yeah, okay, show your Virat form. And that is impossible for anyone to do that. And that is not even spiritual. This is on a material manifestation. And there, that is, that just negates the claims of the so-called cheaters. And the second thing is of the people who are believing, or the asuras, or the people who do not believe. This is and may have like some inclination to believe, because not that everyone is maybe they don't have the information. There are people like that also. So this can help them to understand and to discriminate who is actually the supreme personality of Godhead and who is claiming to be, and who is fake and who is a cheater. So this is a very beautiful verse which equips one to in their preaching. The point that also comes to my mind is that when Lord Krishna manifested, like this universal form was manifested to Arjuna, there were also other occasions where it was kind of partially shown to his devotees, and then to other beneficiaries. So Yashoda Maya, when Krishna was young, she saw the form in Krishna's mouth when he was eating mud. Also, when before the Kurukshetra war, when Krishna went to stop the war and Duryodhan in the court wanted to bind Krishna. Krishna showed a form, but that wasn't being it wasn't being seen by everyone still. Only the devotees could see. So even to see Krishna's material manifestation was not a privilege for everyone. And recognizing that, I feel that if there is one thing that I can do to myself by reading this chapter is to increase my conviction and not speculate and not spend time over waste time over things where you should already be convinced about things, and equip yourself by your conviction, equip yourself that others can increase their faith and conviction. So that's my realization. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you, Amrish Prabhu and Purna Pragya Mataji and Krishna Samarpan Prabhu for giving us a chance to share our realization. From this, I have a very small realization. Because Arjuna is fully surrendered to Krishna, Krishna is fulfilling Arjuna's desire. So what I realize is that if we make ourselves devoted to Krishna, and if we have any devotional desire, I think Krishna will certainly help us fulfill it. That way we can actually progress further. So that's what I understood from this verse. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you, Amrish Prabhu, for giving us an opportunity to give our realization. I have a very short realization. Thank you, Purnabandha Devidasi, Mataji, and Krishna Samarpandas. My realization from this verse is here in this particular verse and before the word see, the pascha, 4 times it comes in the last 3 verses. So he's emphasizing that Arjuna should see his wonderful universal form, which never seen before. Though once he showed an aspect it to Duryodhana, but that situation was different. But when he showed to Duryodhana, I mean, his plan was different. He wanted to bind Krishna and give, and put under the jail or something. So that, even though that situation, only the great devotees such as Yashoda Devi, however, can evoke submission from the unlimitedly powerful Lord and bind him. So binding Krishna, it was impossible for Duryodhana or any other, because he was Duryodhana was in voices and he was devoid of bhakti. Duryodhana's and Krishna's attempt only caused Krishna to laugh and say, "You cannot bind me. I exist everywhere." At that time, Krishna showed part of his universal form. Krishna's, like what devotees, other devotees say, that Krishna's mercy, without Krishna's mercy, we cannot see anything. Arjuna was his always friend. He always used to think 24/7 Krishna. That is why he was very close, and Krishna has fulfilled his desire. So, and Canto 2, chapter 1, verse 38, I came across with Srila Prabhupada's note where in purport, Srila Prabhupada says that Srila Sukadeva Goswami has vividly described the form of the Lord. He concludes that there is nothing beyond this gigantic future of the Lord. None of the materialistic, thoughtful men can go beyond this conception of the gigantic form. The minds of the materialistic men are flickering and constantly changing from one aspect to another. Therefore, one is advised to think of the Lord by thinking of any part of his gigantic body, and by one's intelligence, only one can think of him in any manifestation of the material world. Each and every, actually, when we see we see further, like in a gigantic form, each and every atom of the material manifestation entails a part of the body of the gigantic form, and thus the flickering mind can be fixed in the Lord's only and thinking else. So this process of concentrating on the different bodily part of the Lord will gradually diminish the demonic challenge of the godlessness and bring about the gradual development of devotional service of the Lord. So everything being part and parcel of the complete whole, the neophyte student will gradually realize the hymns of Ishopanishad, which state that the Supreme Lord is everywhere, and thus he will learn that art of not committing any offense of the body of the Lord. This sense of the God-mindedness will diminish one's pride in challenging the existing of the God. Thus one can learn to show respect to everything, for all things that part and parcel of the Supreme Body. Hare Krishna, this is my realization.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for organizing this such a wonderful realization program. And thank you so much, all the devotees, for your nice realization. So from this verse, I understand the question arises that why Krishna gives Arjuna the power to see anything he wants to see in the past, present, and future. Thus, by the mercy of Krishna, Arjuna is able to see everything. As we learn in the previous verses, that no one can either see, hear, understand, nor perceive the Supreme Lord Krishna by the material senses, but one is engaged in loving transcendental service to the Lord from the beginning. Then one can see the Lord by revelation. And every living entity is only a spiritual spark. Therefore, it is not possible to see or understand the Supreme Lord. Arjuna, as a devotee, does not depend on his speculative strength. That's the thing. That rather admit his limitation as a living entity and acknowledges Krishna's inestimable position. So why Krishna thought that Arjuna have, because Krishna knew that Arjuna was fully surrendered from the beginning. When it was asked to, there was a chance to choose a lot of soldiers to during the Mahabharata Yuddha, but Krishna understood that how Arjuna only chose Krishna's company, only Krishna's association, and that's the thing which made him go through the whole process, and he never lost anything in that Mahabharata Yuddha. And on the other hand, where the Duryodhana wanted like all the soldiers, and he denied to have the company, and then he laughed at when Arjuna chose Krishna's company to accompany this of war. And then that time he didn't understand, like all the Arjuna knew that, it's that what he want is only Krishna's mercy on him to fight with this many soldiers. And he still didn't want to carry on. And then Krishna showed him everything, the past and the present and the future. So this was very heart-touching moment at that time, during that, in this period of time. And it shows that, fully surrender to Krishna, and Krishna's mercy on us is the only way where we can have this win situation. Otherwise, like we all have, I feel like, qualities of not Arjuna, but a little bit of Duryodhan, which we still think that we are doing everything we can. If we have, material power, we have money, we can win. But it is in like Arjuna proved it wrong, that surrendering to Krishna completely can only save us. So that's what I realized from this verse. Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you all very much for your very nice realizations. Ihaikastam jagat kritsnam ashyadya sacharacharam mama dehe gurakesha yachanya drashtamichyasi. Translation: O Arjuna, whatever you wish to see, behold at once in this body of mine. This universal form can show you whatever you now desire to see and whatever you may want to see in the future. Everything moving and non-moving is here completely in one place. So it's a very, very important verse, and my realization is that we, with our material senses, we as in everyone, we have no perception of even our current universe, what to speak of the innumerable universes that are present in Lord Krishna's universal form. So modern scientists will dismiss this, just saying that, just because it's written in Bhagavad Gita doesn't mean that it's true. But what do the scientists actually know? They're not capable of even understanding anything really. But here in the Bhagavad Gita, it's showed Krishna is saying that multiple innumerable universes exist in me, and I exist in them. Everything moving and non-moving is here in one place in that universal form. So, and Krishna has given the power to Lord Arjuna to see. And we, modern science cannot fathom this at all. So to just dismiss it is, it's a fallacy. And Srila Prabhupada is very strong on this point, that just because you cannot see these universes, just because we cannot understand our own universe, doesn't mean that you dismiss when Lord Krishna is saying himself that he is the cause of all causes, and in his universal form exists everything. So that's one part of my realization. The other part is actually going a bit forward. In these verses, we find that even the universal form is nicely decorated, with garlands and ornaments. And so this also, the impersonalists, they take shelter of the Brahmajyoti, but actually even this universal form has a personality, because you can't, decorate something that's impersonal. And Lord Krishna, we know Lord Krishna in his two-handed form is a person, and we are, our business is to love and develop our relationship with him. But even in the universal form, Lord Krishna is also a person, even within that. So unknowingly and indirectly, even the Mayavadis are worshipping, a person. And Srila Prabhupada has said this. This is not something that I'm saying, but Srila Prabhupada says this, that even in this universal form, we have, Lord Krishna being nicely decorated. So every step of the way, we come to understand that, this relationship that we're trying to cultivate is very personal. And, Lord Krishna gives us the opportunity and the mercy to experience this. And, it's up to us to be steadfast in our Krishna consciousness in order to get a glimpse of this. And thanks to Srila Prabhupada and Srila Gurudev, we have the opportunity through the Bhagavad Gita as it is to understand this. Because Srila Prabhupada has seen everything. So, that's my realization.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you everyone for very nice realizations. So most of the points have been covered, but I'll try to just give my realization here. So in this universal form of Krishna, Arjuna can see whatever he desires to see, past, present, or future. And with the special eyes which Krishna has provided him. And then because we have got very limited capacity to our senses, and our senses are imperfect, so we can't with these blunt senses we can't perceive everything whatever we think, so we can't see everything, but Krishna has arranged so nicely that Arjuna could, sitting at one place, can see everything, whatever he desires, being past, present, future, and whatever, and everything is complete. So with the mercy of Krishna, anything can happen, and moving, non-moving, all types of things are there in this body. And one of the, I was reading one of the purports of Srila Prabhupada in Srimad Bhagavatam, where it says that Lord Krishna exhibited this Virat Roop to Arjuna just to convince the impersonalists that he is the original personality of Godhead. Many times people argue, how can we understand that Krishna is the original personality of Godhead? It's not the, how can you say that? So it's there that he showed the Virat Roop. None of the other gods have shown this. And then also Krishna exhibited the Virat Roop. It is not that Krishna was exhibited by Virat Roop. So it's Krishna as a person who showed the Virat Roop, not the other way around. So because devotees, they have a very loving relationship with Krishna, and they, whatever Krishna's words are, they believe 100% on those. They don't question it. And as Krishna has already declared that Ham Sarvasya Prabhu Matta Sarvam Pravartate Iti Matta Abjante Mam Buddha Bhava Samannita. I'm the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who know this perfectly engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. So devotees don't waste time, and not in this form, not in that form, realizing this and that. They directly just go to the top level, Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, and they worship him. This universal form, as I think someone already mentioned, is the ghastly form, which later on, Arjuna requests Krishna just to remove this form and show his beautiful Shyam Sundar form. So that's what a devotee wants. And because devotees' eyes are always anointed with the love of Krishna. So he is looking for his love everywhere. Uh, they, they don't have to every time convince themselves that this is the form of Krishna and then Krishna is supreme and this and that, because they already have realized it. So that's what my realization is. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, devotees. Everybody has been very wonderful. Can everybody hear me? All right. Very well.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yes, all are done.
You all can hear me? Yeah, you all can hear me? No, what's the thing?
Yes, Prabhu, your voice is not very clear though. It looks like it's coming from far away.
Yeah, now is it okay? Is this voice clear now?
Yes, yes, better now.
Everybody can hear me? Others can also hear me?
Yes, Prabhuji, we can hear you.
Okay. Okay, so thank you very much for all your wonderful realizations, devotees. It is very nice. See, we can prepare, Everybody knows what next week's verse is going to be. You have one full week to prepare. But if you wait till the last moment, then you got no time. So why don't you just prepare for the whole week? You have 1 week to prepare and give 1 minute realization, no problem. And you can be busy with your activities. Just keep the phone on, give your realization, and then you can hear. But if you participate, then everybody will like it. Huh? Everybody will feel like participating and talking and giving the realizations. Okay, now just a couple of pointers I wanted to share. First thing is about Gudakesh. So Gudakesh, Prabhupada defines in different ways. Gudakesh means one who has conquered ignorance. In other place, the Prabhupada writes one who has conquered sleep. Sleep is ignorance too. Sleep is ignorance as well. And ignorance. That is why Arjuna had conquered ignorance and sleep. That's why he was called Gudakesh. Now, the universal form is very nicely described in the second canto and third canto of Bhagavatam. It's very important to listen and hear that in very detailed descriptions are given there. It is summarized in the 10th canto, where I just quickly read just two translations, very brief ones. He says, the fire is said to be your face. The Krishna's face is, the fire is said to be your face, the earth your feet, the sun your eye, the sky your navel, the directions as your sense of hearing, the chief demigods your arms, the oceans your abdomen, heaven is thought to be your head, the wind your vital air and physical strength. The trees and plants are the hairs of on your body. The clouds, the hair on your head. The mountains, the bones and nails of you, the Supreme. The passage of day and night is the blinking of your eyes. The progenitor of mankind, your genitals. And the rain, your semen. So all the worlds with their presiding demigods and teeming population originate in you. the inexhaustible Supreme Person of the Godhead. These worlds travel within you, the basis of the mind and the senses. Just as aquatics swim in the sea, or tiny insects burrow in the udumbara fruit. That's how all this whole universe, all these worlds travel within the body of Krishna, or within the mind and senses. So this is the universal form of Krishna. Okay? So all of you have given nice answers on this, nice revelations on this. I just thought this may help you somewhere in the future. Just a couple of pointers. Okay. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Any questions anyone else? Anything to share before we finish with this class? Okay, so with this we conclude our today's program then. Jai. Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is